Hi guys, this is Sadek from Redmi.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to fix the issue of Xiaomi, Redmi, Poco or Mi phone being stuck on the Fastboot screen and you are not able to access the OS. So let me show you what I mean by this. So if I open a command prompt and type in Fastboot reboot, my phone will try to boot to the OS, but as you could see, it will not be able to access the OS and once again come back to the Fastboot mode. Likewise, if I long press the power menu, my phone will once again try to boot to the OS, but it will not be able to do so and it will once again boot back to the Fastboot mode. So currently it's not able to access the OS. So if you are also stuck in this boot loop issue or the soft break issue, then this video will show you a couple of methods to rectify this error. Do keep in mind that the process might wipe off all the data from your phone, but as of now you might not be able to take any backup because you cannot access the storage. So keep this point in mind, and with that said, let's get started. So first and foremost, please download and extract the Android SDK platform tools on your PC. So get it from my guide and extract them onto your PC. These are the files that you will get upon extraction. Next up, you will also have to install Fastboot drivers on your PC. So I have made a separate guide and a link on the same. Just a minute, let me show you. So this is the guide. Go to my guide. I also have a video on the same, and install the Fastboot drivers on your PC. As of now, simply install the drivers. We will do a verification later on. Once you have installed the drivers, you will now plug in your phone to the PC via USB cable, and then you will now have to open CMD window inside platform tools folder. So for that, what you have to do is type in CMD in the platform tools folder directory and hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside platform tools. Now type in Fastboot devices and hit enter. If you are getting a serial ID, this signifies that the drivers are installed on your PC. However, if that is not the case, then right click on the Windows icon, then choose device manager, and your phone should now be listed under the other port section. So let me show you. It will be something like this and it will have a yellow exclamation mark. So right click on it and then choose update drivers and then refer to my guide to install the drivers onto your PC. You could also check out my video on the same and make sure to install these drivers. Once you have installed the drivers, your phone will then move to the Android phone section. So expand that and your phone should now be listed as Android bootloader interface. This is extremely important. Your phone have to be shown as Android bootloader interface. This as well as the serial ID next to Fastboot signifies that the PC is able to read the phone in Fastboot mode and we are now good to go ahead. On the other hand, if your phone is currently stuck in a boot loop state, then you will have to long press the power key to power it off. So long press the power key for around 10 to 15 seconds. Once it turns off, you will then have to use the hardware key combination. Depending on the phone that you own, you may do a search online and then check out the hardware key combination to boot your phone to the Fastboot mode. Once you are in the Fastboot mode, you could then install the drivers and verify the same. So in my case, I already have the drivers installed, and as you could see, you could verify the same from here. So with that said, let's now get started with the fixes. The first fix is quite easy. There will be no data loss as well. So the first fix is that in some cases, your current active partition might have got corrupted, and that is the reason why your phone is not able to boot to the OS. So to rectify this issue, you just have to boot your phone to via the current or rather the inactive slot. So if your current slot is A, we will now boot your phone via the B slot. So in such cases, the B slot will be free from all the issues and your phone should boot to the OS in that case if the inactive slot is not affected. So let's verify the same. So for that, if you want, you may first verify your current slot, although that's optional, but still if you want to do so, then just use this command fastboot get for all and it will list out all the slots, all the information. You could verify this section, current slot B. So my current slot is B. I'll have to change it to slot A. If it's A in your case, then you will have to change it to slot B. So for that, there is the manual command. For example, you could set slot A as the active slot via this command and set slot B as the active slot via this command, or a much better way is to simply use the fastboot set active other and it will automatically switch to the inactive slot. So let's do that. So since in my case it's the B slot, it has made the change to A. If in your case it will be the A slot, then it will be changed to the B slot. Once that is done, now type in Fastboot Reboot and check if you are among the lucky ones or not. If the inactive slot was free from the issue, then your phone should not boot to the OS. So in my case, that did not happen. So my entire device, both the partitions have been corrupted. Now let's move ahead with the next fix. Now all the fixes that we are trying to carrying out now will require an unlock bootloader. If you haven't done so yet, then you might not be able to unlock the bootloader right now, because you also have to enable OEM unlocking and add your Mi account. So in that case, there is no way out. On the other hand, if you have already unlocked the bootloader, then you have a couple of options at hand. So let's try out those fixes. And the most easiest of those fixes is simply flashing the Fastboot ROM using the Mi Flash tool. So there are a few important things to keep in mind. So first and foremost, this is my guide. I made a separate guide on the same. So you have to install Android SDK platform tools. This we already have on our PC. So next up, you will have to download the Mi Flash tool, get it from here and extract them onto your PC as well. So let me show you. I already have the Mi Flash tool as well. So this is the Mi Flash tool. This is the only version which worked in my case. Although it's of 2018, but it's the only one which worked for me, and that is why I only use this version. If you want to use a latest one, you may try it out, but in my case, this is the only one which worked. So download the Mi Flash tool and then launch it via the exe file. Click on yes in the prompt that appears, then go to the driver tab and click on install. It will install all these 5 drivers and wait for the process to complete. Once that is done, let's now move ahead with the next step. So with this, we have installed the drivers, and now you will have to download the Fastboot ROM corresponding to your phone. So in my case, I'm using a Poco F4. So there is an important thing to keep in mind. Always make sure to download that Fastboot ROM which correspond to your region, and it should be at least of the same version or a higher version. Do not download the firmware which is of a lower version, because it will then end up in anti-rollback mechanism and could result in a hardware state. So to avoid that from happening, either download the same firmware which was installed onto your phone or install a higher version firmware. Now for downloading the firmware, you could either use the official Mi website, or if it's blocked in your region, then you could use the Xiaomi firmware updater. This is the one which I use. So in my case, as you could see in my case, I'm using the Xiaomi firmware updater website. So from here, this is my phone. So the first alphabet is the Android version. T stands for Android 13. The next two are the device code. LM is the Poco F4. After that, the next two is the region, and this is the most important. So make sure that you download corresponding to your region. In my case, MI stands for global, as you could see, and the last two are the firmware code, which is common for all the Xiaomi phones. So MI is global, IN is India, CN is for China, and EU is for Europe, and T is for Android 13. Then the next two LM device code will be different for you. So always download the latest firmware. In my case, my region is India, and for India the latest is 14060. So get it from here, and once you have got the firmware file, it will be in a TGZ format. So you will have to extract it. For extracting, I will recommend you to use the 7-zip software. So right click on the TGZ file and select open with 7-zip file manager. Upon extraction, you will get a tar file. So again, right click on the tar file and select 7-zip extract here, and then you will get the extracted file, something along the following lines. Let me show you that as well. So first you will have to extract the TGZ. After that, you will have to extract the tar file, and once you have done the extraction, you will get a folder by the firmware name. As you could see, this is the firmware in my case, and you will get a folder something like this. Inside this folder, you will have to go to the images folder, and as you could see, there are all the IMG, BIN and ELF MBN files present there. So now we'll have to flash all these files onto our phone. So make sure you have got the images folder and all the other files over here. Once you have got the firmware, let's now move ahead with the next step. So now you'll have to boot your phone to Fastboot mode. In our case, that is already the case. if your phone is still not shown in the Fastboot screen, so if even on typing Fastboot devices your phone is not shown, then try using a different USB cable and use a different USB port. Also use the USB 2.0 port on your PC, and make sure you have installed the Fastboot drivers as I've told you before. So make sure you have checkmarked all these requirements and that you are getting the serial ID. Once you're getting this ID, you are now good to go ahead. So now we also have to install the drivers. I have already shown you how to do that. Simply launch the tool and go here, and just a minute. So simply launch the tool. This is the Mi Flash tool. Launch the tool from here, and then you have to go to the drivers tab and click on install, and all the drivers will be installed. So once that is done, you would now start with the flashing process. So first and foremost, hit the browse button, select button, and choose the firmware folder. Make sure to select the entire folder. So as you could see in my case, I have selected the entire folder inside which we have the images file. So select the folder and then hit the refresh key and make sure that your phone is being shown here. If your phone is not shown here, then again unplug and replug your phone from the PC. After that, you have to verify that the drivers are installed and use a different port, use a different cable, and make sure that your phone is shown here. Once that is done, now comes the most important part. As you could see, you now have three options: clean all, save user data, and clean all and log. So out of these three, the first one will format your phone, but it will leave the device bootloader unlocked. The second one will not format the phone and leave the bootloader unlocked. The third one will format the phone and lock the bootloader as well. So as of now, it's highly recommended that you use the clean all option, although it will do a format data. But in most cases, if your phone cannot boot to the OS, then in such cases, you have no other option but to do a format data. But if you want to take a risk, then you may choose the save user data option. In that case, the data will not be wiped off and the bootloader will remain unlocked. So you may try out this method, and if it does not work out, in most cases, this method will fail. Still, if you want to try out, you may give it a try, and if it fails, then boot back to the Fastboot mode and then choose clean all option, and then you will have no issue whatsoever. So make the desired choice. The third one will lock the bootloader, so it's not recommended. Either go with the first one, which is the recommended, or choose the second one. So as of now, I'm using the clean all. If you want, you may choose the save user data, but it's not recommended because in most cases it will fail and you will again have to boot your phone to Fastboot mode and then choose the clean all option. So make the selection and hit the flash button, and the flashing will now start. The flashing will take up to around 10 minutes at the very max. So let's just wait for the flashing to complete and then we'll be back. So guys, while the flashing is going on, I would also like to discuss one important factor. So as you could see, currently we are using the clean all. So depending on the option which you are choosing, the file over here gets automatically changed. So in fact, the file which it is picking from here is actually from the firmware file which we have given it to them. So depending on the option you choose, the file will change accordingly. So let me show you. Currently I have chosen clean all. So we have the flash all bat file. So over here you have three files. If you choose save user data, then it will flash the flash all except storage.bat file. And if you choose clean all and lock, then it will flash the flash all log bat file. So depending on the method that you are choosing, the file changes automatically, and all these three files are there inside the firmware itself. So if for some reason you don't want to use the Mi Flash tool, or the Mi Flash tool is not working on your PC, then you could also get the job done using the firmware itself. So go to the extracted firmware, and over there you could see three batch file. This is the flash all bat file, then flash all log bat file, and flash all except storage bat file. So in this, it will flash all the file, erase the data, but the bootloader will remain unlocked. In this, it will flash all the file, the bootloader will remain unlocked, but the storage will also be saved. There will be no format data. In the third case, it will flash all the file, remove all the data, and lock the bootloader. So flash all log.bat is never recommended, and it's always recommended to use the flash all bat file. If you want to save data, you may try out the flash all except storage bat file, But in most cases, when your phone is in a boot loop or a soft brick state, then the storage, you might not be able to save the data, but still if you want to try, you want to try it out. If it works, well and good. If it does not work, then your phone will automatically reboot to the fastboot mode, and then you will have to use the flash all.bat file. The except storage file is usually used if you are just doing a dirty flashing. For example, if you are doing a monthly upgrade using the Mi Flash tool, in that case you could use the except storage option. But apart from that, if you are flashing or doing an upgrade of OS or fixing a boot loop or a soft brick state, then either use the flash all bat or use the flash all log.bat if you want to relog the bootloader. So as of now, I always use the flash all bat because unlocking the bootloader once again is quite a tough task in Xiaomi. So it's always recommended to leave the bootloader in an unlocked state. So with that said, the flashing is currently going on. And if you don't want to use the Mi Flash tool, then you're always welcome to simply use it via the bat file. The bat file is for the Windows, and SHS you could use for the Linux environment. It's completely up to you which OS you want to use on. So with that said, let's just wait for the flashing to complete. Okay guys, I want to discuss yet one more thing. So if you want to get hold of the fastboot command, then it's quite an easy task. Simply download a text editor app such as Notepad++. Then use the file. For example, as of now we are flashing using the flash all bat file. So right click on this file and select edit with Notepad++. And as you could see, we have all the firmware files and the flashing commands as well. So it's first, it will erase the boot partition and then flash all the files. And likewise, it will also erase a few partition and then flash the files. So you could verify the same from here. All the flashing commands, fastboot, flash, then you have the partition name, and then you have the file name. So this is the only command that matters. So fastboot, flash, partition name, and then the file name, as you could see from here. So this is a command which is being executed. You may manually get hold of the same if you want. It's just a technical information that I'm sharing. Anyways, let me close this and let's again check out the results. So the flashing is still going on and it might take a couple of more minutes. So let's just wait. So guys, as you could see, the flashing is now complete. You will get a success message over here, and in the status, you will see flash done. And as soon as the flashing is complete, your phone will automatically boot to the OS. But do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some additional time. This is completely normal. So in my case as well, it's stuck on the Poco screen and it might get here on this stage for around 15 seconds. And after that, your phone should now boot to the OS. And the entire process might take up to around 30 to 35 seconds. So let's just wait, and after that you will have to set up your phone from scratch. So guys, as you could see, our phone has now booted to the OS. It took around 45 seconds, and let me now go through the setup process and quickly show you the OS screen as well. So this signifies that the process stands complete. So let me skip the rest of the steps as well and accept the terms and conditions. Skip this as well. And if you want, you may restore the data right away. And it's loading up the system and it could take only a few seconds. So as I have told you, I have used the clean all method, and this has done a format. If you have used a save user data and your phone was not able to boot to the OS, then again you will have to force reboot your phone to the fastboot mode and do a flashing using the clean all method this time. And then your phone will boot to the OS without any issues. So guys, on that note, I round up this video. If you have any queries, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.